medications. You can do a lot to reduce your high blood pressure, your hypertension through diet and lifestyle. That's what I did. I think the first thing to do is to know your numbers. Like get yourself a decent blood pressure monitor. You can buy them from chemists and online, about 30 quid, 40 quid, something like that. And the ones that I found to be most effective are the arm cuff ones. Go around the upper arm. Pro tip for me would be get one with an AC adapter, plug adapter, because they really suck up batteries, these things, you know. Wants to go up. Bugger. You can go to your GP, your doctor, for advice, and you should do that if you're worried about high blood pressure. But there are like 4 or 5 levers that you can pull that can do a lot of work in reducing your numbers. Cutting out salt is a good one. You can pretty much affect an overnight reduction in systolic blood pressure doing that. Takes some getting used to, but after about 2 weeks of reducing your salt drastically and cutting down processed food, your palate, your tongue gets used to it. It's not a big deal. You can get these salt replacements too, which are really helpful, not only in replacing the sodium, but increasing potassium in your diet too, which is a good way of balancing the effects of sodium. So I use Bond salt. You can't bake with it or cook with it, by the way. You can only put it on food that's already been cooked. Don't know why, but there you go. So yeah, that's another way of reducing blood pressure, is to increase your potassium intake for the effect of balancing out the sodium in your levels. Oh, look at this. He's found something revolting to roll in, which means a bath for Piglet, I'm afraid. He may as well enjoy himself, because he's going to have a bath now whether he wants it or not. Okay, let's go. Come on, good boy. Let's go. But he stinks now. Another thing to do is to increase your nitrates. Nitrate-rich vegetables like beetroot, kale, spinach, and surprisingly, celery is very high. So they, and I'm not a nutritionist, but I understand that they turn into nitrites in your mouth. Your saliva converts them, or something in your saliva, your enzymes. And then that then converts to nitric oxide, which is a gas that your endothelial cells, the insides of your arteries, produce. Going uphill now, so forgive the heavy breathing. And that helps your blood flow through your arteries and your capillaries more easily, again reducing pressure. If you're serious about reducing your blood pressure through diet, there was a study called the DASH diet, dietary approaches to either stabilise or stop hypertension. DASH, look it up, it's really interesting. It advocates fruits and veg and nuts and seeds. Another thing would be increased magnesium. So again, you're looking at your plant foods for magnesium, nuts and seeds, flax seeds, lots of healthy fats. Used to really love a drink, red wine, and it's my favourite tipple. Know much about it. I think it stiffens the arteries, the arterial walls. That's ethanol, alcohol. So something to avoid. If you can cut it down to a few units a week, great. I was always having trouble with that. I'm more of a abstinence over reduction person. Might just be the way my brain is wired. find it hard to moderate things I like, and so cutting them out completely makes much more sense psychologically and emotionally to me. And although it's hard to separate all of these things out, the increasing potassium, increasing magnesium, increasing nitrates, decreasing sodium and salt, cutting out alcohol, I think if you're serious about avoiding, blood pressure lowering medications, if you're approaching your 50s or whatever, it's really worth looking into. The sun peeping through the trees. Think about how you can reduce the blood pressure yourself, Don't have to jump straight to pharmaceutical intervention. I've nothing against it, by the way. I just think it's on all of us as accountable members of the human race to try and do what we can first. Oh, he's going off-road. Is he? No. Very sensible Piglet. So if you're watching this and you're worried about your blood pressure being too high, know that you can change it. If I can do it, you can do it. My blood pressure was consistently reading at like high 130s for systolic, low 140s, and get as high as like 150. Now that's not to say if you have blood pressure that's 150 you should panic and worry about it. I'm just saying that for me I was able to effect quite a dramatic change drop within a couple of weeks really. It regularly reads mid 115s, mid 110s I mean, so between 115 and 120 systolic and about 69 to 75 diastolic. Hey Piglet, you say hello? Of course not. I have my own free will, Father. To hell with your orders. I've seen enough ghost films, ghost stories and horror stories to know that when a dog stops suddenly and just looks into middle distance like that, it's a ghost. Definitely a ghost. I've never seen a ghost. Fibremaxxing. So that's become a TikTok fad, as you can guess from the name, Fibremaxxing. It's about putting as much fibre in your body as you possibly can. Get away with it. It's one of those funny ones where it's sort of healthy to focus on fibre, especially soluble fibre. I believe it's good for clearing out cholesterol and other sorts of stuff. Mike the Vegan did a piece on how I think barley is really good at cleaning up PFAS or PFAS from your system. And I guess it applies to plastics and cholesterol. Now, some people can knock out 100 grams. 100 grams. I mean, if I had to eat twice as much fibre, I don't know, it would take me to a hospital probably. But anyway, apparently our ancestors ate lots of fibre, 90 grams a day, they reckon, from what they call them, coprolites, fossilised paleo poo. So who knows, maybe it is good for you. I'm going to do a video on a Fibremaxxing day, I think, soon, because there's some utility to that one. Anyway, I've done my walk for the day, so thanks for joining us from myself and Piglet. Piglet, Piglet, say goodbye.